More Republican lawmakers are joining President Trump's effort to overturn the presidential election results. Texas Senator Ted Cruz today announced a coalition of 11 senators planning to object to the Electoral College certification next week. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is urging the Republican Party not to challenge the state tallies certifying President-elect Biden's win. The senators admit the move will only trigger a delay and won't change the outcome of the election.
What is up, Osiris here? Ted Cruz objects, and once again, I'm stuck in the middle. Thanks for listening. I want to judge statements or positions on their merits. So let's do that here.
Senators jointly said Congress should immediately appoint an electoral commission with full investigatory and fact-finding authority to conduct an emergency 10-day audit of the election returns in the disputed states. Once completed, individual states would evaluate the commission's findings and could convene a special legislative session to certify a change in their vote if needed.
What's the argument against this? Joe Biden got more votes than anyone ever. More than Obama. I'm sure you've heard it many times. He's gotten the most ever. He's president-elect. Everybody was laughing at all these lawsuits from the Trump team and other interests and other groups that all failed. It shouldn't be close. It's not. Joe Biden is the president-elect. If you were Joe Biden, wouldn't you want to come in and say, guys, look into whatever you need to look into? So when I get into the office, which I am on January 20th, I don't want to hear that we didn't look into every little thing. That's what I would be saying. Look into it. What's the worry? So your argument is that you don't want an audit of the election? Why don't we audit this thing automatically with a commission every 4 years on the general election level? Or if the person who loses does not want to concede, let's audit there. Let it make it a request that they can request to have it audited. What's the downside? What is it cost? We're sending money to Pakistan for gender studies, and we can't ensure our elections are accurate? Can you imagine your significant other saying, hey, can I see your cell phone? And he's like, nah, I'm good.
Babe.
What's up?
Can I see your phone?
Why you always want to see my phone?
Why can't I see your phone?
Because it's my phone?
I just want to see it.
I don't want to let you see my phone.
Why not?
Because it's my phone. That's like invasion of privacy.
Okay, no, it's not. Are you serious?
Just take it.
You're kidding me. You're such a dumbass.
Huh? Where they do that at? Does opposing that request for your significant other to see your cell phone instill more or less trust? There's nothing on it. Go have a way. Go take a look. Open every app. Do whatever you need to do. Well, Bernie Sanders is that guy who wouldn't give you the cell phone, or isn't giving us the cell phone in this case. He's not a fan of this request by Ted Cruz and other senators and House representatives. I quote from his Twitter account. I highly doubt he's the one tweeting it out, but of course he has to take responsibility. It is a sad and tragic day for our country that 140 members of the House of Representatives, 13 senators, and a defeated president are attempting to undermine American democracy and our Constitution. They will not succeed. I've got a love-hate relationship with progressives. Yeah. And so I have a love-hate relationship with Bernie. Love Bernie. He was just on the floor fighting for $2,000 stimulus checks for Americans and making the case that made you want to stand up and clap. That's why people love Bernie. For me, this is why I hate Bernie. This quote right here. Bernie, what? Bernie sometimes is nothing more. It's weird. Sometimes he just transforms into your typical partisan DC hack of a politician. Like just some whack, like like a Kelly Loeffler type politician where he's just like a robot.
My opponent, radical liberal Raphael Warnock. My opponent, radical liberal Raphael Warnock. My opponent, radical liberal Raphael Warnock. My opponent.
Like, you will not succeed. This is a sad day in our country. It doesn't even sound right. I don't even think he believes that. So the ask is to put together a commission to do a full investigatory audit review in these states to ensure people, so we can go to the American people and say, stop this nonsense. It's secure. We already knew Biden won, but we double checked it. And that is a sad, what was the quote? A sad and tragic day? That's, wow. What is the concern? He won. You know what, baby? You can't have my cell phone. For you to ask to look into my cell phone, it is a sad and tragic day in our relationship. I can't believe you would undermine our trust by even asking. Do you know how damn silly you sound? How about we make a compromise? How about you allow the commission, but you say no electors can change their votes. We'll do the commission after Joe Biden becomes president. He won. There's nothing to worry about. So Republicans, if you're really about election security, we can still do the commission after the election. So Republicans, if you really are passionate about election security, let Joe Biden be president, do the commission after the election. Well, what if we find something that would have changed our minds? Then we reform it for next time. And Joe Biden would have to deal with that fallout. I think that's a fair compromise, right in the middle. Do the commission, but we don't change the results of this election. Holler at me, talk to me. What's wrong with that? But if you have a position where a commission to look into the election is a bad thing, even if it's after Joe Biden becomes president and we don't do anything, we don't stop him from becoming president, I have a problem with you. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So Republican senators in the House, we got, 140 is what Bernie said. 140 members of the House, 13 senators. People who watch the NBA, there's sometimes scuffles come up where, people have beef. They kind of look like they want to fight. But what happens is one person looks like, man, I really want to get at this dude. He elbowed me or did something bad. Let me get at this dude. But then there's someone holding them back. And we call that hold me back guy.
Give him the ball, so he kind of pushes him in the chest.
Hold me back.
Exactly.
So what that means is I want to look like I want to throw hands on somebody, but I'm not really about that life. So if you hold me back and I look like I want to get at the dude, I look tough. I feel tough. And that's what Republicans are doing. Please, I know I'm waiting too long to even bring this up. This challenge has no chance at changing the election. None. It's not happening. Not on the 6th. So they know that. So they can be tough guys. They can all object. Now, maybe they would if it would actually overturn the election because they want to be so down with MAGA. It's possible. But it's easy for 140 members of the House and 13 Senates to object when they know their objections are not possibly going to overturn the election. They're calling for a commission, and they know the commission has no chance of happening.
And you know that you will require both the House and the Senate to reject the electors from a number of states in order to be successful. That's likely not happening, that you're going to win in both the House and the Senate.
They have no leverage. Now, maybe if the House was Republican and the Senate was Republican, as it is now, maybe you would have leverage to say, okay, if you guys don't object, if we do the commission, you don't object, that would be different. But right now, they're just being hold me back representatives of the House and Senate. Why would somebody object to electors when they're really not about that life? You have to look at where our country is going. How are they going to get reelected in 2022? They're going to get primaried. It'll be an easy primary. Just say, hey, you didn't stand up for the security of our election, and you're done. You guys, get used to this. Whoever loses an election is going to say, let me get in the machine. Something went wrong, especially on the general election for president. So when it happens in 2024, or if it happens in 2022, in the midterms, we're ready for it. We've got a process in place. Oh, you're contesting it? Oh, here's what we're going to do. And this is really big for the federal election, because when it comes down to your state, your mayor, city council, if you guys want to have banana republic, fake kind of stuff going on, go ahead. The problem is when you start doing it on the federal level, now you're affecting everybody. We got to make sure it's tight. Let's be prepared for this normal. And I hope in 2024, we'll be able to say, oh, you're challenging. Boom, 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 done. Take care.